Put my face on your shirt. Hello, I'm Ken Haas, and welcome to this week's edition of Kenny's Two Pennies. First, we'll take a look at what was an impressive win over West Virginia, then a very ugly loss against Villanova, and also a preview of the two big ones to come. But first, a word from our sponsor. Hello, Syracuse fans. Want to know where I watch the Syracuse games? Right here at Dewey's Third Ward Tavern, Bridge Street in Seneca Falls. Want to watch the NFL? Dewey's has the NFL ticket. And also on Thursday nights, Dewey's has the NFL Network. So you don't have to worry about missing if you got cable. Dewey's broadcasts all Syracuse games, basketball and football. Dewey's has 21 televisions to watch all your sports action. Come to Dewey's Third Ward Tavern here on Bridge Street in Seneca Falls. I'll see you here. Well, what do you know? Another superstar admitting he took performance-enhancing drugs playing baseball. But what do you know? It's the big fish in the Major League pond. A-Rod, the most talented player of his generation, pretty much. Although Derek Jeter could say something. And one person said it best. A-Rod, you're already so talented. Why you gotta ruin it? I mean, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and all the others really stained baseball with these things. But now, you really stuck your foot into it. Really give you a nod for owning up to it and admitting it yesterday. But you know what? This is one big black cloud that I don't know how long it's going to take baseball to recover. In fact, you may not recover. Look what's happened with Mark McGwire. He's not in Cooperstown yet. A-Rod, I'm very disappointed. But at least Michael Phelps definitely had the gumption to own up to what happened to him. But you know, what he needs is a good Hershey bar to settle him down. What you need is a big hit to the head. Well, what do you know? Yesterday, Lindsey Vonn won the downhill at the World Alpine Championships at Val d'Isère, France. But what does she do for an encore? She cuts her thumb on a champagne bottle while celebrating. She needs 4 stitches. Miss Vonn, don't you know then to hit the sharp edges of a paper? Somehow I kind of think the ghost of Chris Farley's probably around. Oh, paper cut! Oh, oh! Sorry, scratch out the story. Not Chris Farley, that is, not you. A little less celebrating and a little less Red Bull, Miss Vonn. Syracuse fans, we had the highs, then we had the lows this past week. The highs came on Saturday, when a scrappy bunch of mountaineers from West Virginia decided to come into the Dome. And what happens? One of the best all-around Big East efforts by the Orange. A nice 74-61 win over the Mountaineers. But the one thing that did trouble me noticing it was that it seems 3 stars seem to be scoring all the points now. Mr. Flynn and Mr. Devendorf are really getting into the swing of things with their scoring. And one announcer said it best with Mr. Devendorf. They say it takes about 12-13 months to fully recover from an ACL injury and get back to the form that they once were. It seems as though Mr. Devendorf's finally into the swing of things with his performance, 22 points. And also Mr. Flynn, what a hell of a game, 22 points. And Mr. Harris, another solid effort with another 14-point output. But one thing did trouble me. Mr. Anawaku definitely looked like he was hobbled by his injury. And then Mr. Routens putting in all those minutes but not scoring any points. Hey, Mr. Routens, where's those trays when we need them? And of course, as per usual with Mr. Anawaku, he had to throw up a brick from the free throw line. But it was only one brick, as it was the only free throw he took. But overall, we didn't need any free throw shooting from Mr. Anawaku. A nice defensive, nice output, 74-61. But then, we go into the city of brotherly love. But there was no brotherly love for the Orange. The Orange were not in the game right from the get-go. Right from the start, Villanova dominated everything. And by the time I joined in on my lunch break from work to watch some of the game, heck, we were already 10 points in arrears a couple minutes into the game. And you know what? We never really recovered. Again, the most of the scoring came from Flynn and Devendorf. And then Mr. Routens got into the scoring with a nice little output, including 4 trays. But again, Mr. Anawaku definitely looked like he was hobbled. He scored only about 4 points, and guess what? He put up his usual share of bricks from the free throw line. But overall, the one thing that really bothered me, where was the defense? 102 points. Seems as though all the time Villanova's players had an easy road to the basket. Nobody defending them. Nobody daring to challenge them in the lanes. Where's the defense? Definitely looked like Mr. Anawaku, with his problems, definitely was challenged on defense too. But overall, great win against West Virginia, ugly loss to Villanova. And it doesn't get any easier, Orange fans. Heck, I still wonder if the bloggers for Syracuse are getting ready to with their little knives or something, ready to sacrifice an Orange for what could be a very ugly game against Connecticut tomorrow night. But you know what? Surprises have happened before. And it always seems to happen when Jim Calhoun and Jim Boeheim's teams get together. But you never know what could happen. Heck, the Orange could finally wisen up and play one of their best games of the season. Or Mr. Calhoun could use a bunch of trickery and tell Mr. Auriemma to sit on the bench with them. And when a Syracuse player runs past, hey, he'll stick his leg out and trip him. Mr. Auriemma, the female Bobby Knight, I hope not to see you there. And then, on Saturday, Valentine's Day, get ready for the big Orange out against Georgetown. Let's hope all 30,000 plus fans that should show up that day for what is the greatest rivalry in college basketball, arguably. Although some people could say that about Duke and North Carolina. Let's hope there's 30,000 Orange shirts and more. And it looks as though the way the Hoyas have played lately, this is a way where we could say, hey, you beat us down there, we're going to whip your asses up here, Hoyas. Let's hope it's a nice little week. And let's hope Syracuse can do a good thing against the Huskies. Always a battle royal with those guys. Look forward to it. I'm Ken Haas. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.